Karen? Karen! Karen! Yes, Mr. Tommy P. Karen, I need to see you in my office right away. Certainly, sir. Come in, Karen. As you are aware, Karen, Fastrack Ltd is entering a new era as we approach our centenary year. As a global brand, it is vital that the company maintains appearances both outside of these walls and within them. After careful consideration, I have determined that you no longer fit with our brand image, notably in lieu of your horrendous 1970s perm hairdo and your Pat Butcher earring and glasses combo. In addition, you have clearly been deaf for the last 60 years, and my dishevelled voice can no longer take the strain of shouting your name 3 times every time I need something. Therefore, I am relieving you of your position with Fastrack Ltd with immediate effect. Oh, Mr. Tommy P., whoever will you get to replace me? Move over, sugar. Candice is in town now. Thanks, Candice. Kindly assist Karen to leave the building, then meet me in stationery cupboard B in 10 minutes, and come alone. Sure thing, Mr. Tommy P. Goodbye, Karen. Goodbye, Mr. Tommy P. I'll never forget you. Hi everyone, and welcome back to a very special episode of OpenTTD with me, Tommy P. Today marks a significant moment in Fastrack's history, as it is the 1st of January 2020, which means that it is our 100th birthday. So on this momentous day, I want to take a trip down memory lane to look back at the highs and lows of the series so far, as well as looking at our key achievements to date. It all started here with humble beginnings in Wayward, where our first venture into the transport and logistics industry started with a simple 5-station bus stop route between Market Square, North, Main, Sloughing Way and Central. From here we expanded our bus network across a number of towns, including Kent Town, Frondingworth, Flintfield and Penwell, which allowed us the initial groundings to move into new markets. Those new markets saw us set up our fledgling freight network using the fishing harbour around Ninhead and using train services on the east coast with a simple cargo line connecting oil from Trenborne to Flanningville refineries. We would later connect up further oil fields at Wunton and New Flardwood, the latter of which would ultimately go on to be a major hub point on the East Coast freight line. Meanwhile, further cities were then connected up in the vicinity of Wayward via bus and train stations in what became the start of our central passenger line. Eventually, the freight network boomed with the addition of the ammonia plant at New Flarwood, allowing us the opportunity to create explosives, which in turn created engineering supplies down at Fontberg, which led to boosted production at the oil wells across the network, which then meant increased production at Flanningville, and the cycle went on and on, with production going ballistic across the network. This was XIS at its very best. The revenue from this expanded and highly productive freight line gave us the revenue stream to build pretty much whatever we wanted. With millions of pounds rolling in, this allowed the expansion of the central passenger line, with 2 further loop lines created around Semfingly and around Suthill, and the expansion covered the full north-south length of the central area of the map. As time moved on, we started to connect up our really large cities by aeroplane, making use of all 4 vehicle types in large scale for the first time. Today we find ourselves back on the freight line, this time predominantly on the west coast, as we attempt our most ambitious cargo chain yet, vehicles to Swiss Tony's car dealership. 100 years on from its inauguration, Fastrack Ltd is now a huge conglomerate with over £500 million worth of liquid and physical assets, and I now live in a tower block the size of the Empire State Building, not some ramshackle shack not fit to house cattle riddled with mad cow disease. We operate over 200 trains across nearly 26,000 rail pieces and have nearly 1,000 other vehicles running across our sprawling network. Branson has got nothing on Mr. Tommy P. All of this success has not come without loss or sacrifice, and throughout our 100-year history there have been some tragedies along the way, not least Karen, our faithful secretary, who I've had to let go, and so I wanted to take a moment now to remember those who gave their lives in the line of duty. For the new Flardwood 8, we will remember them. For the Woodborough 4, we will remember them. For the Padstow 4, we will remember them. And for the countless pilots lost at Wunton and Lardstone Airport because they couldn't land one of the world's largest passenger airliners on an airstrip the size of my back garden, we will remember them. All of this toil, hard work and relentlessness has left Mr. Tommy P a rich but battered soul, and as such I feel our appearance needs to reflect this. There, a hairline 100 years in the making. Finally, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you, the viewing public, for what has been an overwhelming reaction to the series. As a first time YouTuber, I could never have imagined the response I've had to playing a game, badly I'll admit, involving me messing around with 16-bit trains and just generally talking nonsense. As of today, the series has had nearly 2,500 views across its first 33 episodes, and I now have a modest but devoted following. I am truly humbled by you all. Thank you. That wraps up today's trip down memory lane. Next time we'll be back onto our West Coast cargo line, taking one step ever closer to our first delivery of vehicles to the car dealership. I hope you can join me then. This is Tommy P, signing off.